Hello viewers, welcome to the channel Amazing Civil Engineering Studies. In today's video we are going to discuss about thumb rules for civil engineering. The thumb rule of civil engineering or the thumb rule for construction helps you in finding out the solution using a simple mathematical formula and make smart decisions whenever needed. But, while using these thumb rules, you must remember that the thumb rule never gives the exact or accurate results, you just have used them for approximate results. There is a number of thumb rule for civil engineers that we used in construction work. So, the following are some most frequently used thumb rules on the construction site. The thumb rule method is an approximate and comparing method. In thumb rules and the units are not the same when we compare to get the results. So, ignore units while performing the thumb rule. Thumb rules for civil engineering in construction. Following are thumb rules in civil engineering. Thumb rule for concrete volume: the volume of concrete required equals 0.038 cubic meter per square feet area. Example: if plan area equals 40x20 equals 800 square meter. So, for the plan area of 800 square m, the area, the total volume of concrete required, equals 800 x 0.038 m3 equals 30.4 m3. Thumb rule for steel quantity for slab, beams, footings and columns. Following are some important thumb rules for steel calculation for slab, beam, column, and footings. Steel required in residential buildings equals 4.5 kgs 4.75 kgs square ft. Steel required for commercial buildings equals 5.0 kgs 5.50 kgs square ft. Percentage of steel in structural members. Following are thumb rules for reinforcement in concrete members. Slab: 1% of the total volume of concrete. Slab steel calculation thumb rule. Beam: 2% of the total volume of concrete. Column: 2.5% of total volume of concrete. Footings: 0.8% of the total volume of concrete. Example: how to calculate the steel quantity of slab having the length, width, and depth of the slab is 5 meter times 4 meter times 0.15 meter. Step 1. Calculate the volume of concrete. The total volume of concrete for given slab equals 5 times 4 times 0.15 equals 3 m3. Step 2. Calculate the steel quantity using formula. As per the guidelines, the steel quantity of slab is 1% of the total volume of concrete utilized. Thumb rule to estimate steel quantity of above slab equals volume of concrete times density of steel times percent of steel of member. Steel weight required for above slab equals 3 times 7850 times 0.01 equals 235 kgs. For accurate estimation, you can refer to bar bending schedule. Thumb rules for shuttering work. Shuttering costs are taken as 15–18% of the total construction of the building. Shuttering work is done to bring the concrete in shape. The thumb rule to estimate the shuttering required is 6 times the quantity of concrete or 2.4 times of the plinth area. For example, the concrete quantity is 0.5 cubic meters, then area of shuttering is 0.5 times 6 equals 3 m2. Components of shuttering. The shuttering plate, ply, battens, nails are components of shuttering. Shuttering ply quantity estimation. Suppose the shuttering ply has a length, width and depth of 2.44 times 1.22 times 0.012. The number of shuttering ply sheets equals 0.22 times of shuttering. Suppose the shuttering area equals 3 meter, then ply required for shuttering equals 0.22 x 3 equals 0.66 m2. Battens quantity calculation. Shuttering batten usually has a length and width of 75 mm times 40 mm. Batten quantity equals 19.82 times number of ply sheets. If work requires 25 ply sheets, the total quantity of battens are 19.82 times 25 equals 495 battens. Nails and binding wire quantity in shuttering. Approximately 75 grams of nails were used in the shuttering of the 1m2 area. 75 grams of binding wire is used for every 1m2 of shuttering. Thumb rule for shuttering oil estimation. Shuttering oil is applied on the shuttering plate surface used to deframe or deassemble from the concrete easily. Total required shuttering oil equals 0.065 times total area of shuttering. Or for every 15 m2 of shuttering 1 liter of shuttering oil is consumed. Example: if total area of shuttering is 15 square meters, then shuttering oil consumption equals 0.065 times 15 equals 0.975. Thumb rule for cement, sand, coarse aggregate quantity calculations. Note: 1 bag of cement equals 50 kgs. Thumb rule for cement required in brickwork, cement, masonry and plastering work in construction. Thumb rules for civil engineers for brickwork. Following are thumb rules for civil engineering for brickwork and cement quantity calculations. Thumb rules for cement masonry quantity. Thumb rules plastering quantity. What is the basic knowledge of civil engineering? Basic things civil engineers should know. Lapping in reinforcement is not allowed for the bars having diameters more than 36 mm. Steel char maximum spacing is 1.00 meter, or 1 number per 1 square meter. In steel dowels, a rod minimum of 12 mm diameter should be used. Steel chairs minimum of 12 mm diameter bars to be used. Longitudinal reinforcement should not be less than 0.8% and more than 6% of gross C/S. The minimum bars used for a square column are 4 No-S and 6 No-S for the circular column. Thumb rules for civil engineering. Thumb rule requirement of standard materials and standard calculation in high-raised building. Steel equals 3 to 5 kg per square feet. Cement equals 0.5 bags per square feet. RMC equals 0.05 cubic meter per square feet. Block equals 12.5 number per square feet. Thanks for watching. For now, please subscribe, like, share and do not forget to press bell icon.